with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and we are live from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Yay! I crammed 10 hours into a normal 8 hour drive a couple days ago. So made it back safe and sound. Thank you guys for your prayers and for people who are thinking of me on the road, stuck in this glorious thing called traffic coming back home. And for those of you who are familiar with the DC area, it never fails, but just thankful for safe passage on home. We've got Hannah, our super duper moderator, moderating for us from South Carolina. Hey Hannah, thank you for being there for Mom. And before we go any further, I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day. We're going to be talking a little bit about St. Patrick, not a lot, but he's a wonderful, wonderful person to celebrate today. And there's a lot more to him than some of the legends that you may have learned in elementary school. Some really silly legends out there about a really godly man, a sinner saved by grace. Really, really, really great story. But anyway, I owe you guys some music from last week. Last week we passed the $100 mark on the super chat. Again, I'm not soliciting that in any way, shape, or form. But for those of you who want to be generous, I don't oppose that. And as you all know, we were able to donate not just $100 but $120 last week to the Rancho 3M, which is a children's orphanage and a Christian school for needy children in that area, which if you've ever been to this is, I don't know, about 40 minutes from El Paso, Texas. It's one of the poorest sections of the world I've ever seen up close and personal. My daughter Becky and I spent a week there doing some work on the compound, so we know it's a real place and something I really believe in. And I was happy to be able to match that with another $120 that went to the Samaritan's Purse Field Hospital in Ukraine. I'm not going to say a lot about that. It's just that it is on our hearts and in our minds, and we are thinking of them as well, and just praying for the entire situation. I'm spinning here. I hope you guys are doing okay. Okay, I'm just going to keep going because may just be something with my internet. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple of songs. And since today is St. Patrick's Day, I thought, why not make them Irish songs, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start out with a ballad that you may be familiar with, which is called Danny Boy. And this is an Irish, well, it's actually a penny whistle. It's some people call it an Irish whistle, but it's actually made in the U.S. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start with that. Now we have another one here. It's a little more upbeat, a little more of a challenge for the fingers, but I thought it would be kind of fun. This is the Irish Washerwoman, one of my favorites. All right, hope you like that. That's a lot of fun. Had to kind of dust off the old fingers and music a bit because don't really get a lot of time to practice for you all. Well, gosh, thank you so much. Let me go ahead. Where did that appear? Archer Nace, thank you. You're giving us a head start on the next week. Let me go ahead and refresh my page here because I feel like it's just not working. All right. So maybe we're back. Okay. Well, I wanted to start saying hey to some of you all. Thank you so much for being here. Elaine, thank you. She says, good morning. She finished this throw. It came out awesome. Love it. We'll send pictures. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you for doing that. And if you send it, please let me know I have permission, okay? And Elaine, please email me. I have something for you. You'll see later in the show, but I have something I want to send you today. And Kelly, I am so sorry you're not feeling well. I will. We need to pray for you, girl. Get you over this stomach thing. That can be quite serious. So we'll be thinking about you. Thank you for being here. Hope you feel better just listening. Um, Tara, thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad you like the new shawl pattern. I'm wearing it today, guys. I really like this. It's just got a nice. I just love the cashmere that's mixed in with the merino. I so wish this yarn was available, but you know what? They have this by many other people online. So if you just look around, check out your local yarn store. I'm sure they'd have a very nice fingering weight yarn. That's all it is. 800 yards of fingering weight yarn for the shawl scarf thing. You can wear it either way. You can make it even bigger than this if you wanted to. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun to make this and to have something new out there. We have Virginia Somerville from Salt Lake City watching. Wow, so moved from Vernal to, AKA also known as Dinosaur Land, about 3 weeks ago. Still so much clutter from downsizing. I wish I had that excuse that I'm moving or downsizing. I really need to do that too, Virginia, just so I can get rid of some stuff. But crafters have a hard time with that, or at least this crafter does. We have Red Hooked in the chat. She says, halfway through my throw of grace, wish me luck. I wish you the best, Red Hook. I hope it works out. If you have any issues, email me. I am here. Just to let you guys know, heads up, I'm going to be traveling for the next week or so. It's just a special time away with my husband. So if I'm slow at returning the emails, that's why. But just send them. I will let them pile up, and we will get to them as I can. I may be able to do some stuff while I'm, on the plane and stuff like that. Yes, we're gonna fly on a plane. First time since 2020 shutdown for me. So I'm really excited. And before I go any further, I have to let you know, in case you didn't see the post, Hudson Pass, guys. Oh, last week, a week ago today, I was on pins and needles. My son was in the process of taking his final exam, which includes flying a lot in an airplane. He was doing that far from where I was. So he passed. I kind of thought he would, but you never know till these things are done. You just never know what could happen. It's like taking your driving test, but a lot higher stakes involved. So thank you guys for your encouragement for him, and your encouragement for me, just the prayers and everything, because you guys, in a sense, really participated with this. So thank you. And that's just the cool thing about prayer. Whenever you pray for each other, you really are participating. It's the best, the nicest thing you can do for anybody on this side of heaven. Thank you, Kelly, for your sweet comments there. And Brat's mom, Linda, so good that you can be here. She says, top of the morning, and Bonnie and all Yarnies. I'm at work, but we'll watch off and on between customers. Well, good job, Linda. And we have Marie, my friend from Charleston. Marie, it was so good to see you. I had a great time being able to get together with Marie while I was down in the Carolinas. Wonderful time. Great burger at Fuddruckers. Yum, yum. Kind of took a breather on counting the calories that day. Enjoyed every bite. And Kelly wants to know, why am I live today instead of tomorrow? The main reason, Kelly, is tomorrow I will be On the road headed towards the airport. My husband and I are going to be flying out west for a little bit for a special time away. As you know, many of you know, we've been kind of have to spend time apart in this latest season. The last, actually, it's been more than 2.5 years. We've been caring for my sweet mother-in-law and enjoying that as well too. It's not been a burden at all. But the one downside is that my husband still works, so he has to stay here and work while I'm working from another location. So we trade off and on. I'm just giving Hannah a break, and Hannah, thank you so much for taking the you know the definitely the bigger part of this. And so I'm back home again and getting ready. Anyway, so tomorrow I would not be available, and Saturday I wouldn't be available either. And since today is St. Patrick's Day, I'm like, yes, we've got to do this on St. Patrick's Day, especially since the Emerald Isle, the land of Ireland, is really the inspiration behind a lot of the designs that I have designed over the years. Always has been. And I was just really blessed in 2012 to be able to travel to this beautiful place. And if you guys ever get a chance to travel, by the way, that's something nobody can ever repossess from you or anything. So when you spend whatever money you may have on traveling, you are doing it for a lifetime. I mean, I have memories from that trip that as long as I'm in my right mind, which might be questionable at times, those memories are with me, and that experience can never ever ever be taken from me. Thieves can break in, they can steal my car, they can steal my anything in my house, they can steal my yarn, but they're messing with their life if they do that. I say that in jest, but people can steal whatever they want, but they can't take those memories from us. So if you guys ever get a chance to travel, just do it. It's it's better than having stuff, I promise. Anyway, okay, preachy mode. Sorry about that. We have Deborah in the chat. She says she's currently in the chicken coop clipping wings, but I'll be listening. My goodness. My mom used to do that when she was growing up. She learned how to do that, but I never did that. Um, I finished my throw of grace yesterday. It's blocked and drying. I'll be sending pictures soon. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for doing that. Um, and for those of you who are working on the throw of grace, even if you don't finish this particular design, I would love, hold on a second, let me get this up to snuff here. Okay. I would absolutely love to see a picture. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm collecting the pictures of this design, and I'm going to put another showcase together, which would be just a small slideshow on the channel. So it will be public. So if you can give me permission, if you can send me a picture of your finished work, if you finish it, um, and and so that's something that can be put on the public channel, that would be great. Just be aware that if you have your name or email or anything like that, you probably don't want to have that attached to it because it's going to be in a public place. Now, if you have a store on Etsy and you want to, put the name of your shop or whatever, I don't mind that at all. I'm not particular about that, and I want to support you. Try to give back a little bit, support you in any way that I can if that's something that you do. And just for the record, if you all ever sell the designs that I've written, I don't have a problem with that. The only thing that I ask is that designer credit be given where it's appropriate. I'm not demanding or anything, but in case somebody wants to make it, they know that where to get the videos and the pattern and so forth. But the deadline for that is I think I might have said March 30th, but before the end of March 31st. I believe there are 31 days this month. So if you could get those pictures to me no later than March 31st, and even if you're not completed, just send up a in progress photo, and that would be absolutely fine with me. I just want to be inclusive about this and include your work on this project in the video. Okay. Let's see who else. Oh, we have Roberta. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I like the little shamrock there, and Deborah and Hildegard, and wow, yeah. Somebody said they made a sweater. Okay, to Tara. Let me see if I can back up and see that. Hold on a second. Let me change this to live chat. For some reason, I didn't get all of the comments. So I am woefully behind once again. Um, Thank you, Kelly. She's like, you know your music. I do some. I do some. I'm just a little bit rusty whenever I pull things out. I don't practice nearly as much as I should. Now, the order of the chat that I'm looking at might be a little different than yours right now, but I'm just going to roll with it. All right. We have Michelle, Deepest Mita in the chat. Hey, it's good to see you there. And thank you for your sweet comments. And we have Sheila. She says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. She's a daughter of Irish immigrants. So a gentle reminder, please don't use a four-leaf clover, not the same as a shamrock. Yes, I saw that this morning. I actually changed my thumbnail. I see them both all the time. And actually, let me go ahead and explain that because a lot of people may not understand that. I read online today that even President Obama made the mistake of posting four-leaf clovers for a White House greeting not long, well, when he was in the White House. I thought that was kind of funny, but anyway, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and it's an opportunity to learn. And in case those of you don't know, four-leaf clovers are fine with me. I understand because that in America that's kind of like good luck and everything, and people do use them interchangeably here in the U.S. But originally in Ireland, um, it was mostly three-leaf clovers, and to represent St. Patrick, it should be, and I should have known this, but I didn't until this morning. It's exclusively three-leaf clovers because when St. Patrick came to Ireland, well, let me back up a little bit. For those of you who don't know, um, St. Patrick was not always, he didn't start out being called St. Patrick from birth, obviously. I don't remember what his original name was, but when he was 16 years of age, he and some of his father's servants were kidnapped by pirates. This would have been off the coast of England. And it's debatable. I mean, this you're going back to the 400s AD with these stories. So some of the details, the exact details, are a bit sketchy and are debated by historians and so forth. But back around 415 AD, I believe it was, when he was born. But he was kidnapped when he was 16 by pirates and taken to Ireland, where he spent about 6 years. Somehow he was able to escape and return back to his homeland when he was about 22. Is that right? Yeah, around 22. And there he stayed, and he had a conversion experience, became a Christian where he wasn't before, and then later on in life went back. He felt called, I think through dreams and so forth, of the people calling out to him from Ireland. So he left his life in England and went back as a missionary to Ireland to bring the words of the gospel to the people of Ireland, who at the time were a lot of people were druids, and you know a lot of paganistic kind of worship. And as you know, if you've ever visited Ireland, they have a huge history with the Vikings, a lot of Viking burial grounds. And if you ever get a chance to go to the museums it's amazing what you will see there. Just a lot of old things. I mean, Viking related. It was incredible when I got to go there and see a lot of that. But so anyway, he went back and brought the message of the gospel, and the druids used the three-leaf clover to explain their, I guess, the elements, kind of like earth, wind, and fire, or something like that, in their pagan worship. And so Saint Patrick grabbed a hold of that and used something that they were used to using to symbolize in their religion, and he switched it around on them and used it to represent the Trinity, the Christian Trinity, which is the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, the three in one. So you have three leaves, but yet all connected and unified into one thing. So anyway, that's why Sheila is saying, please stick with the three-leaf clover for for representing St. Patrick. But I don't, please feel grace. Feel grace in that. I mean, I didn't realize it till this morning. So you just see both everywhere. So that's why the three-leaf clover represents specifically St. Patrick, because he used that as a major teaching tool. And aside from the harp being a major symbol to represent Ireland, it's on their flag and everything. It's also in the Guinness symbol, but it's flipped. If you ever, for those of you who are Guinness beer drinkers, it's just the opposite. Uh, thank you, Christine. And so the 3-leaf clover is their kind of like the country's flower or something, like, even though it's not a flower, it's a very strong symbol representing Ireland. So anyway, now you know why. And I, again, just learned that this morning. We can always learn things every day. So thank you again, for those of you who are posting that. We have Freaky Geek in the chat. Is it me and my computer is the video behind the audio? Don't know, Freaky Geek. You may have to maybe check your settings. I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand all that the live thing has and so why these electronic things happen. Anyway. Um, and again, Sheila, thanks for that reminder. And for the record, guys, I'm like 33. I don't know how that works out, but I'm like 33% Irish. So who would have known, right? Kind of the German Irish blend, or mutt, as we would say if I was a dog. Anyway, um, thank you, Hannah, for being there with us again. Um, we have Deborah. Yeah, thank you for encouraging Kelly there. And we have Annette. Hey, Annette from sunny South Carolina. Hope it's sunny down there. It's really hazy here today. It looks like it's rainy out there. It's going to be a drizzly day. Good day to stay in and do crafts. Kathy, looks like their family's not doing well with the stomach thing. Yeah, I understand Bobby was not doing well. You remember our friend Bobby, the crafty Kentuckian? He's not doing well. I got prayer requests from him last night. He's got the stomach bug. Um, and listen, we have MK from Chicago, first time. Just love your shawl. Thank you, MK, for joining us. Glad that you could be here from Chicago. We have some other friends who are usually in the chat from Chicago. And we have Aloha Crochet by Naomi. Hey, so glad to have you there. Love, love, love the name of that. If you're in Hawaii, boy, I tell you, that's a beautiful place to be. Thank you, Hildegard, for your comment about the shawl. And let's see, we have Kimberly. Um, she says, "Am I tripping? It's Thursday. Good day from Seattle, Washington. Luckily for me, my grandbaby." Okay, well, watching my grandbaby that I caught you today. Yeah, Kimberly, I mentioned already. Yeah, Thursday, because I'm going to be out of town tomorrow, and it's St. Patrick's Day, so why not? Um, yeah, we have Beth, and wants to know if Hannah is all better. Yeah, she was not feeling so good last week. Yeah, she is. She is, I think, doing a lot better. Um, yeah, thank you, Susan, for she explained it also, and about the three leaves of the Trinity. Um, yeah, Freaky Geek says, no matter what live I start, I have to hit the refresh this week. Not sure why, but it buffers right away. Yeah, it may be your internet. I don't know. I can tell that I'm still broadcasting okay, um, but you never know. You never know with these crazy things. It's just amazing that if you think about it, that we're able to broadcast live from my house. I mean, how crazy is that? Oh, we have Carol. Thank you. She says she's crochet. She's from Ireland. Wow, that's fantastic. Um, so looking forward to going back there at some point. We have Linda from Wisconsin, and Jan says my glasses are matching my scarf. Yeah, they're blue, but it's close enough. It's close enough. This is one of my favorite pairs, but they're getting real wobbly here, so probably won't be my favorite pair for long. I tend to abuse my glasses, so I get a lot of different. I buy them in packs of 4 from Amazon with the magnification so that I have them on hand. Seems the more I have, the harder it is to find a pair. Um, Freaky Geek says, has to be better to fly by plane than to run around flapping your arms. Yeah, it is. It costs a little more money to do it this way, but yeah, you can get there a lot faster too, Freaky Geek. Um, All right. Oh, we have knit, purl, and squirrel with Granny D. Wow, that's a good name for a channel. Um, Greetings from Central North Carolina, a wee town called Faith. Oh, wow. Um, I wonder where that is in North Carolina. So that would be kind of in the foothills of the mountains. That must be because I guess you're east of the Greenville area, but not quite to the I-95 corridor where I tend to go up and down, up and down, up and down a lot. But I'm so glad that you're here, Granny D. Um, and Beth says, I'm so says talking about my son getting his license. I'm so excited to see he passed. You have to be so proud and happy. Yes, mostly relieved because this has been something he's been working on for about a year and a half or so. I mean, this is basically what he did during the pandemic. Besides work, you know, of course, to pay for the lessons and so forth. But very happy. So now he can get on to the next season, which I think is going to involve a move to be closer to some of his other siblings in Georgia. And he wants to continue so that he can get his what they call IFR rating, which is Instrument Flight Rules. So as it is now, he can fly as long as the conditions are good using what they call visual flight rules or VFR. But he cannot fly if there's a lot of cloud cover. He cannot fly into clouds or anything like that. You need another additional rating and extra hours in order to do that. So that'll be the next thing on the agenda is just to work towards that. So once you get your license to fly, you are really a lifelong student. Even the commercial airline pilots will tell you that you're always learning, always, getting certified on different aircraft or just learning how to do new things. So we're really happy for him. Looking forward to going up with him at some point, but it may be a while before we get to do that. Not sure, but you guys will be the first to know if I do. Um, so yeah. Um, all right. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Jan. Thank you for your sweet comments there. I'm catching up finally. Um, we have Beth. Yeah, she says, well deserved vacation. I hope so. It's going to be a short one, but it's going to be in a place that I've never been before in the States. So I'll let you know once we get there. I'll maybe send you some pictures, put something up on Instagram and Facebook. Um, Hildegard says, my daughter Monica's birthday is today, and she is heading to North Carolina with her hubby. How wonderful. Today is actually 4 years ago today. My daughter Becky and Brian got engaged. They got engaged on St. Patrick's Day, and which is kind of cool. And then they got married in June that same year. So that was a wonderful time to remember. So they've been at least engaged. They're coming up on their fourth anniversary in June. She was a June bride. So Freaky Geek says, I was a day ahead of myself and wore green yesterday. Got nothing today. Oh, guys, I got to show you just because it's St. Patrick's Day. I got some green socks on. I found these at Hobby Lobby the other day. Actually, it's been a couple weeks ago, and they were on clearance, and I'm like, oh, I love them. The only regret that I have is I didn't buy a stack of these things. I put these on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you never would think this, socks from a hobby store, from a craft store, but these are some of the best fitting socks I've ever had, and for my toes, I wish I'd bought more. um, anyway, let's see who we have. Oh, Swati. Hey, Swati. It's so good to. Sorry about my nose, guys. So good to see that you're in our chat, Swati, our friend from LA. He's hoping everybody is okay today. Um, let's see. We have Marina. It's so good to have you in the chat, and Rosemary. Yeah, as long as I'm in my right mind. Well, we're crocheters. That's yeah, it's questionable at times. I used to say too that I believe that there's an unknown body part that is in our brain for women who have babies. There's like a tube that goes from our brain to the uterus, and I think with every child, it's like a piece of my brain has kind of filtered down away from my head, so I can just blame it all on my kids. I know that's not true. That's not true, but it's something that I've thought about. So every time I've had a child, I feel like they took a piece of the brain with them. Um, yeah. All right. Well, anyway, I digress sometimes. Um, yeah, and Roberta says it'll always be in your mind, even if you aren't right. It'll be your happy place. Absolutely, Roberta. I like the way you think. That's cool. Um, well, let me go ahead and go through, tell you some things here. I talked about the Throw of Grace showcase that I'm collecting pictures for. And you know, this is the Kiss Me I'm Irish scarf. It's now available. And again, the yarn, I'm not sponsoring any yarn or anything with this. It's just to say find 800 yards of fingering weight yarn that you love, locally sourced wherever you are. Let me show you another option. This is some yarn. This is some hand dyed yarn from Lamb Shop Kits, and I think I showed this to you last week. And I made one. I actually, this is the one I filmed with, and yeah, really nice. So I mean, so it just to show you that the variegated yarn does work too, as long as it's not too crazy variegated. I think if it's, if it's too wild, I think that it kind of takes away from the design a bit. But this, this tended to work. They do have solid colors also. So if you're looking for, some from Emily, she, as you know, has had some kits, some crochet kits that are also quite nice. But they are trying their hand at dyeing some yarn. And again, try something locally sourced if you can. I think that would really bless people in your area. There's no reason for you to have to, like, if you're in another country, if you're in the UK, there's no reason to, have to order from somewhere across the ocean. Just go to your local store, support those people near you. I think that's particularly a good idea, especially when you can walk in and you can touch and you can feel it before you buy it, so you know what you're getting, and you might even make a friend or two there in the craft world. So, well, let me go ahead and show you some yarn. Um, I'm going to open the KnitCrate. Now, the person that I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, please email me. I I don't see it, but I can go back and review the video so I'll know who you are. Send me an email, the one who commented first in the chat today. I want to send this to you. But KnitCrate asked me to evaluate their yarn each month. I'm not paid anything except, well, I do get affiliate. There's an affiliate link in the video description below. But they just asked me years ago to evaluate their yarn each month, so I'm happy to do that. They send it to me. So I want to send this on to the first person in our chat who I've already talked to them and said, send me an email. And we're going to go ahead and see what's in here. But this is a monthly shipment. It is, I forget how much it's gone up in price. It's in the low $30. And they had to add $6.99, I believe it is, for shipping. Just over the years, the dollar has dropped a bit in value, and the cost of shipping and manufacturing due to COVID and just life has gone up a little bit. So, but still, it's still about the price of what you'd pay for one hank of yarn, and you usually get the equivalent of about two in here. So, and it's one of those things, if you're interested in this, and it's fun to get something in the mail. I mean, I'm still old school. I love getting letters and stuff like that in the mail. I mean, I do get that occasionally, and it's always fun to get stuff. And if you're a crafter, to get new yarn is always fun. If that's something that you could afford and you're interested, I'm not pushing this hard, I believe me, but there is a link in the video description below. And if you want to try it for a month, there is a link where you can get, I believe it's 20% off your first box. Well, I'll save you $5 or $6. So that's that. And if you don't like it and you decide this is not for me, it's real easy. You go online, you just say cancel my account, and you're done, you're out. So you can go in and you can go out. So let's go ahead and see what KnitCrate has. I've already opened it just to let you know, because I wanted to not have to spend the time trying to rip and pull and cut and stuff like that. Okay, so you do get a little card. There's a theme. Sometimes there has been a booklet, but I think to make things easier, instead you get codes, and you can go online with these codes and you can download you know, there are 4 different patterns. There is, looks like a scarf, a small scarf to crochet, a hat to knit, and you also get 2 sock patterns, 1 crochet and 1 knit. In the event that you're interested in their sock yarn, they do have another box, a little, I think it's a little bit cheaper even, of sock weight yarn, which is perfect for making scarves. Well, let's go ahead and see what we have inside this beautifully wrapped box. Oop, look at this. Got a little tape measure, and it says, I should put my back, time to unwind. A little, who doesn't need a tape measure? And oh wow, this is cool. It's knitology worsted. I I had to open this earlier because I couldn't read what the yarn is. This is 100% superwash merino wool, and look at this. It has like a faded look. You have a series of 4 different colors. The total yardage is 400. Hold on, let me get my good old glasses here. I had to look this around. Let's see. Okay, you have a total of 448 yards of worsted weight. That's a number 4 weight, 100% superwash merino wool. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at that. The 4 colors. That could make a really beautiful scarf, or even a pretty hat, or whatever you want to do with that. And if you ever love a yarn so much from KnitCrate, you can usually go online and order extra if you wanted to do that. So, and this feels really, really soft. So for the first person that was in our chat today, I'm going to be sending this to you. Just send me just contact me, send me your email. I've already mentioned who it was earlier in the live today. So I'm going to put this back in the box. All right. So let's see. Let me go back here. Well, let me go ahead and tell you about some things. I am a go for Interweave Yarn Fest, as you know. I got word back on my classes. Now, if those of you who are on the fence, and if you're in the Loveland, Colorado area, and you're just not sure if you're going to be able to go, and you decide to go at the last minute, I have some good news for you. There is low enrollment in one of my classes, in the poncho class that is on, I believe it's on the 23rd. And so what that means is we do have, you know, that where there is 1 or 2 people in the class signed up, there's room for a lot more. So what that means is if you haven't signed up yet and you want to sign up, there is room for you. There's plenty of room for you in the poncho class. This is a 6-hour all-day class with me. It's on how to design your own poncho or stole with texturized stitches and so forth. It's going to be an entire day of learning how to design your own. We'll even begin work on yours, and I'll be there. You probably get sick of me. I'm going to be there 6 hours, 3 hours, then we have an hour lunch break, and then 3 more hours. Lots of questions will be answered. A lot of hands-on advice, drawing, calculating. Um, Basically, you're going to learn not just how to do a poncho, but there's a lot of principles that kind of encompass whatever you design. It's very similar. So, it's going to be a long day. It is an investment. It's not a cheap class. I think it's I won't quote the price because I'm not exactly sure. I need to get that um, to you, but you can check on the links below in the video description if you want to look at that, and maybe just consider going. Maybe you've been cooped up for 2.5 years like I have been, you know, and you just want to go somewhere and want to travel somewhere. Colorado is a fantastic place to go if you've never been, and want to put a couple of days on either end just to visit, go to the Rocky Mountains. Um, that's what I'm doing after the conference is over. My sister Brenda, my sister, is going to be coming with me, and we're going to go to Estes Park, and which is at the foot of the Rockies there, and just enjoy unwinding and relaxing, and just the spectacular beauty that God's created for that area. But again, take a look at that poncho class, the how to design your own scarf class. or shawl, kind of like what we're doing here. You know, you can learn the principles of design and how to make your own. You can, you know, it's going to cover a lot in that. That's also a 6-hour class. Um, that one is definitely a go. I mean, I could have canceled the poncho class, and they asked me, "Do you want to cancel?" And I'm like, "No, let's leave it open, and just in hopes that people will come. You know, who can come later on, will be able to sign up for it." So currently, there is room. There is room for you if you want to come to that. Um, there are some slots still left in the big and bold cables class. That's a 3-hour class to be held on site. And again, these are not Zoom classes. These are in person. We will be there. Um, get to meet each other, talk, have I hope a great time. I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't been able to teach in person since 2018, so really looking forward to this, or at least in person at a conference like this. Um, got good news on the Pittsburgh Creative Arts Festival. It's a go. Woo woo. So that will be at the Doubletree by Hilton in Green Tree, Pennsylvania, August 25th through 27th. I'll give you more information on that. So this is more for you East Coasters if you're in the Pittsburgh area at all. I'm really looking forward to this. I'll be able to drive to this one, and it's going to be fun. And as I get more information, there's not any information online about this. If you go to their website, it's from 2021, so they have not released, you know, any of the teachers or any of that stuff yet. That's still in the works. This is still months out. This is not till August. But if you are in the area and, you know, want to just take a look at that and block out those days on your calendar, um, maybe get an early flight, let me know. I mean, just go ahead and do it now. One consideration with the way gas prices are, if you're going to fly somewhere, you might want to consider getting them sooner, getting your tickets sooner than later, because you know the price of jet fuel is also going to be impacted by all that's going on in the world right now. So probably the sooner you act on that, the better. One more conference I want to tell you about. The classes still have not been released, but as soon as they are released to the public, I will let you know. The CGOA, which is the Crochet Guild of America, um, conference will be in New Orleans this year, July 20th through the 23rd, and I'll be teaching similar classes there as well. The classes that I'm going to be teaching in Pittsburgh are going to be a little bit different. Just to let you know, there might be one or two that I'm teaching there that I'm not teaching at the other places. So um, I'll let you know again once that has been more become more firm. But I just did get the thumbs up. Did get the thumbs up from them, so I'm excited about that. And if you're looking into New Orleans in July, it's July 20th through the 23rd. And again, in-person classes. The hotel is the New Orleans Marriott Warehouse Arts District. That's the name of the hotel. And as soon as registration begins, I will let you know. Okay. So I think that's all my newsy stuff. So let me see where I am in the chat. I again, I apologize if I did not get to your comment. It's nothing personal. I'm so limited. That's it. Let me check Hannah. She sent me questions here, and Hannah, I'm just now looking at your text. I'm so sorry. Um, okay, Stephanie wants to know if I know where the pinching thing comes from. If you're not wearing green, you never remember in school people would pinch you if you're not wearing green. I have no idea, but I am not crazy about that at all, because I know you know how it goes. St. Patrick's Day, you go out the door and you get to school. This is such a dumb thing. It's not a good way to make friends. I know that. You walk up to someone and pinch them. It's like, come here, let me pinch you back. But yeah, that I have no idea, Stephanie. I think it's pretty dumb. But anyway, if that's a solemn Irish thing, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to insult anybody. I just think there's a better way to honor St. Patrick's than to go around inflicting pain on people. I don't think that has anything to do with him. Um, and Elaine asked if you'll be offering the classes via Skype. Um, not anytime soon, Elaine. I I I no, I not going to be doing that. I don't have any plans anytime soon on Zoom classes either. The only time I've done the Zoom was mostly in connection with the Crochet Guild of America, or CGOA, and partly because I was given technical support by them too, and the way it was all arranged. Because you really got to have somebody, and I know I could, Hannah could be fine to do that for me. But at this time, I'm not going to be doing them online. But thanks anyway. Now for my watch subscribers, I have a watch.bonniebay.crochet.com channel. It's a subscriber based channel. It's a paid subscriber based channel. That is ad and commercial free. There's no spam, and we don't, you don't have things for sale on the side or anything. If there is information like that, it's pertaining to the specific design, because a lot of times people want to know what yarn you used and where can I get it. I try to provide that information here and there. And my watch subscribers, if you see that there's more information you need, just contact me through that site. Um, to get the information. But I do have the the one design class on the scarves, how to design your own scarf and shawl. It's a 3-part series. That's a class that is available on my watch channel. Of course, it is different when you're in person and you're getting immediate feedback and so forth. But I do have those classes available, and you can take them on your own. Do the homework, and you can email me back and forth with questions and so forth. If you're part of that watch subscriber based program. And by the way, the watch program, if you sign up for that, it's you don't just get the bulk of uh, my projects, but also there are exclusive content. There is exclusive content that is not available on the public channel here at YouTube. So, and you also get complimentary PDF patterns downloaded, so you don't have to purchase them somewhere else. I try to make it yeah, a valuable thing for you guys. So it's it you get a little rewards in that sense. Um, but thank you guys for who are supporting me through that. I really appreciate that, and I hope you're enjoying the experience. And please let me know. I do need to interact more with that, and I'm hoping to put more behind the scenes if I know I haven't done that in a while. I've had trouble finding a mount in my car um, for my phone for the trip, so I haven't been able to do some of those, some of the time lapse things. But hoping to do some as we go forward, and actually get out of the house to show you new things. I really haven't been able to be in a place where there's much new to show you besides what you've already seen. But thank you guys. And if you are interested in the watch channel, it's $6.95 a month. And if you subscribe for the year, it's $69.50, I believe, for the year. So you save like 2 months worth. You save a little bit for the year. Okay, Sharon's Crochet Center is asking about the Tree of Life and how long it took you to do it. That's a really good question, Sharon. I am not really sure, because the first one I made of that design was as I read through the pattern. Just know that that's not my original pattern. It was based on what is the lady's name? Hold on a second. Where is my book? Okay, it's it's originally a knit pattern by Nikki Epstein, if I'm saying her name correctly. She is a knit designer, and so somebody converted it to a crochet pattern at Lion Brand Yarns. So that was a free downloadable pattern that you can download from Lion Brand, and somebody just requested that I do the video tutorials for that. This was years ago. I was still kind of green with doing the whole video tutorial thing. And so I take you step by step. It is a particularly long pattern because it is using a stitch diagram, a rather complex stitch diagram. So what I do is I take you line by line and you learn how to read a stitch diagram as you go through that. But again, it's not my original design. I am just the teacher on the videos for that. So I'm guessing it took, I really don't know. If you're looking for a time estimate, I'm guessing maybe a month to film that, but I honestly don't know because it was several years ago that I completed those. I did learn a lot from it. And just to let you know, I did not quite understand um, the final uh, trim. It was I tried, I did the best I could on it. And so I actually have 3 variations on what you can do to finish that particular throw. Okay. So, all right. So it looks like Hannah's, let's see, she's talking with you guys about some of her uh, drama stuff she likes to watch. Um, all right. Uh, Sorry guys, I'm just a little lost in the chat here. Um, Thank you, Sandra. She likes my socks. Oh, I again, I should have gotten multiple pairs, but you never know. You know, it's one of those things. I could have gotten 5 pairs and not liked any of them, but I got 1 pair. Love them. Wish I'd gotten more. So if you see these at your Hobby Lobby store, I'm telling you, they fit great. Um, Hannah's getting ready to send me something. Oh, thank you, Lynn, for your well wishes for Becky and Brian. I will have to pass that on. We have Katrina's Crochet World. Says we finally have nice spring sunny weather here today in Ontario, Canada. Most of our snow is melted. Yeah, all that snow that my husband got while I was in South Carolina is gone, which is great. It's kind of funny. I coasted from, well, not coasted. I came from South Carolina to Maryland, and the weather pretty much was the same. You know, it was warm in the Carolinas. It was cold in the morning, but it had warmed up to the 60s, 70s by the time I got home. All right, Hannah just sent me another question. Francesca Alvarez asked, what is the name of the cream colored throw behind me and where can I purchase the pattern? This is, if this is, if you're talking about this is actually a stole, which has buttons attached to the side. So you can wear it as an asymmetrical poncho. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much for your generosity. So we're up to $10 now. And this time it's going towards the Shriners Hospital for Children, but thank you so much. So we're up to 20. Um, this is called, I think Bonnie's Woodland Wrap is the name of this. It's in my Lovecraft store. It's not on my YouTube channel, but if you're a watch subscriber, it's on the watch channel with the complimentary pattern. If you're looking just for the pattern, it is in my Lovecraft store. You can find a video link for the Lovecraft store in the video description below. And the pattern does include a link to the video. Now the video it's supported by the YouTube channel, but it's an unlisted link, if that makes sense. So it's not for public viewing, but it is for those who purchase the pattern, if that makes sense. So Bonnie's Woodland Wrap, that's what this is, and I've got the scarf on now, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. You could put this on and just wear it off to the side. And I got the yarn from Knit Picks, but you can use really anything. The Knit Picks, it's I think it's a number 4 or a heavy number 3 DK weight. So whew, so that's this. That's this. Bonnie's Woodland Throw. I think if that's what you're asking about. And you could just take unbutton the buttons and just wrap it around your shoulders. You can do whatever, or you could even check out the video, the link down below for Jules Designs, JUL Designs, which has a lot of different connectors, so that you can. Do I have it here? Yeah, let me show you. So if you don't want to put buttons on, you can, get some of these button things. They're just screw ins. Let me show you. They just screw in, and you can take them out so that you can take any stole. This is the Gaithersburg stole, and this is on my YouTube channel. So you can take any stole, and you can make it into an asymmetrical poncho and wear it, just the same way I showed you, or just keep it as a stole. So there's a lot of cool options here. All right, let's put that back. Got to keep my studio neat, right? Or at least this part of it that you guys can see. What time is it? Oh my goodness, we have just about 5 more minutes or so. All right. Let me see if there's anybody I haven't said hey to. We have Monica. So good to have you in the chat. And what's this? Oh, Sarah P is talking to Hannah. I like watching Korean dramas. I'm amazed at how much crochet they have on the sets. That's cool. Hannah, if you ever see that, let me know. I'd like to see what shows are doing that. Yeah, my daughter Hannah, who's our moderator, she is a huge, huge Korean. She likes watching these Korean dramas, and she's coming apart at the seams here. Huge, huge fan of a lot of Korean foods now, and going to. It's really funny. She came with us. She was part of our church team when we went to Seoul, Korea back in 2019. And she just really fell in love with the children we were serving there, and just a lot of things about their culture. And so she's had a lot of fun. She's got me listening to some BTS now, which is you've probably heard of them. If you've never heard of BTS, it's not the abbreviation for behind the scenes like they use in film, but it's a kind of a Korean K-pop group, which has some really fun music out there, and some of it is in English, which helps me out quite a bit. Anyway, a lot of fun to watch them dance around. Kind of, if I could learn to dance like that, it could really be a good way to lose weight. But it's just so much fun to watch. All right. We have Leslie Oliver in the chat. Hey, Leslie, it's so good to see you. And as soon as I said that, the comment just disappeared. My computer is acting. There it is. She says it's 4 a.m. where she is. Just caught your live. I'll watch the replay from the beginning. Hope everyone is well from Australia. Whew, Leslie, that's early. Yeah, they're like 16 hours ahead of us. Now, whether that's daylight savings or Eastern, I don't know. It's in the ballpark of 16 hours. So they're like into Friday already. So that was a fun trip. Whew, getting over the 16-hour time change. That was fun. Not. And Nodula says, the weather in France is so cold, and we have a storm from Sahara. So there is a red sand raining. Wow. That is crazy, Nodula. All right. I'm sorry, guys. My computer is just, this feed is just acting really strange. And Sarah says, it's funny, every show I watch, I always see the crochet items and point them out to my hubby. Oh, I love it when I see that. Ah, freaky geek. If you serve children, how do you cook them? My friend, there are laws against that. Served as in, it was an English camp. And they wanted to learn English, and we learned a little bit of Korean interacting with them. Hopefully they learned more English than we learned Korean, but we just had a blast. Took my guitar and we did a lot of kids songs, church, kind of campfire kind of songs, and just had a blast doing all sorts of things so that the parents could attend a marriage retreat and just, get a refresher, for their marriage, to make sure their marriages stay strong in the Lord. And then we had the children, and it was wonderful. And Hannah's just very gifted, being with, I should say, for Freaky Geek, serving these kids and just having a blast. I think Hannah even enjoyed the arts and crafts. Did you, Hannah? We did a lot of fun. We did so much. It was so much fun. I had a whole suitcase of stuff that we brought along, and I brought that suitcase just piled high with activities and stuff, craft items and things. Oh, we have Wanda from Oregon. Thank you for your encouraging words, Wanda. She says, I wish I had more hands to crochet more. Yes. Although, wouldn't it be interesting trying to make a sweater with like 4 armholes? But anyway, just a thought that I've had every now and then because I've had the same thought. If I just had a couple more arms, um, yeah. Gee, sorry guys, my computer's just really persnickety right now, so I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, we have Mary Ford McCourt in our chat. She says it's just about time to get the corned beef cooking in the Guinness. Oh my. I imagine that might taste kind of good. I'm not much of a Guinness I just don't like beer. I'm not against it or anything. I just don't like the taste. Um but it's kind of funny, Mary. My husband and I, when we were in Ireland, he had a conference with work, and we had one of the social things for his group was at the Guinness factory where they, in Dublin, where they, bottle. We got to get a tour of the entire factory, and could have had, taste tests and all that. I just didn't bother because I just don't like this stuff. Again, I'm not trying to be persnickety or snobbish about it or anything. It's just, I drink what I like and it's not beer. So, but anyway, and since, Jesus made the absolute best wine ever, I mean, there's no rules, about that except, sobriety and just not doing too much. But anyway, enjoy uh, your corned beef cooked in Guinness. That is so cool. I have done slow cooker, with the can of beer to help with beef in the past, and that comes out okay. It comes out okay because the beer cooks out of it, but it does help to tenderize the meat. So I guess it does sort of the same thing. That's really cool. Um, let's see. Freaky Geek says, actually, I blame the Twilight Zone for that, thinking from one story. Yeah, Twilight Zone has some pretty wild stuff. It's kind of creepy. Um, this thing is just really bugging me now. I was going to read Anna's. Wow, Anna says, I just joined in. It's 18. I'm guessing that's centigrade, or is that Fahrenheit? We're here in Malta. Okay, it must be centigrade. Oh yes, we get red sand from the Sahara Desert too here in Malta. We call it soil rain, and everywhere gets really dirty. You know, Anna, when I was in at the Rancho 3M, it was in the summer. We had a really bad sandstorm there, believe it or not, in it's in Mexico, and I mean, it wasn't red sand, but sand was everywhere. It was really something, and I think that's how a lot of us got sick because that sand. I think some of it got into the chicken that was being cooked outside, and anyway, I won't go into any further details, but let's just say a lot of us needed to go someplace to recover. It was just a pretty bad virus that we picked up from that. Um, Oh, thank you, Kelly. Kelly says her dad used to donate money to the Shriners Hospital for Children. Yeah, that will be the next place that our super chat donation goes. We're $20 to the good on that right now. My mother-in-law, who is going to be 93 tomorrow, um, uh, she has been a patient there many years ago, and she's in her 90s. And when she was a child, she had polio, and that's why she has the problem with her leg. But she was a patient at Shriners. They helped her. Our friend in our community, or crochet community, Bobby, has been a patient there, and so has Esther. Um, Esther, I believe, has cerebral palsy or just a mild form of it. One of our moderators, and she too has been a patient there at Shriners. So it's a really great organization. The parents never get a bill, so the money goes to help pay for surgeries and things that the families otherwise would not really be able to afford. So really really great thing. Oh, thank you, Sandra. She says she loves that shawl that I'm wearing. Yeah, you can, this didn't take me that long. Of course, I was working hard to get it done, but I got it done in probably 3 or 4 days. Sitting with Mrs. Barker, watching television with her and watching her game shows and trying to get the answers right. That's been a lot of fun. Well, guys, I'm going to have to let you go. I tried to get everybody. If I didn't get you today, I am really sorry. Again, things have been jumping around on the live chat, so not sure why that happened. But let me go ahead and just want to end with an encouraging verse. And I read this thinking this would be a really good verse to end with on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, thank you, Rita. So now we're up to $30. Thank you so much. Um, so you guys, let me go ahead and write that down in my notes. Hold on a second. So we're up to $30, and this is going to be for Shriners. I have to write everything down because otherwise I tend to forget. Let me make sure. Okay, I have another question from Kelly Hart. Says, Bonnie, how do I put my pattern business online so everyone can see it and buy it if they want to? I'm not sure what you're trying to do, Kelly. If you want to email me, bonniebay@me.com, and we can maybe chat about it. Social media, I mean, if you wanted to even put um, the name of your business into chat right now, I have no problem with that. Please put it there for people to see. Um, and if you guys get a chance, check out Kelly's page if you're looking for something from her. So you can, I would just say we can talk about it. Facebook is one way to do it. I know I don't want to say, like to say, my mama says if I can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I mean, I don't want to be, Facebook, I'm not sure I totally understand it. I know that it's a different thing. It's not as organic as far as reaching people. I put posts there all the time that just don't go anywhere because I think they want me to pay money to have the post go places. So if you ever see me post something that I'm telling you about and I don't post the link, as soon as I post that link, it's dead in the water. It will not go anywhere. So I haven't figured that out yet, Kelly. I just know that and Instagram is now owned by Facebook, so I really don't know how that model is shifting. But if you have wherever you have following, just post, um, and I'll be glad to put a plug in for you where I can. And again, post in the post down here below. But that's a good question, guys. I really don't know. I mean, I know there are a lot of opportunities you could pay for. But again, I don't know how to advise you on that. But just send me an email and we can talk about what you're trying to do. Um, and I think Etsy, if you're advertising there, I know they have probably ways that you and mechanisms that you can look into. I have not personally needed to do that too much because I have not been in the aggressive marketing mindset. I'm just kind of going more for the organic. But again, email me and we can definitely talk about that. Um, oh, thank you, Sandra. She's wishing me safe travels. Thank you so much. Looking forward to just to get away. Doesn't really matter where I go. I just get to go with my husband, and that's going to be fun. Well, let me go ahead. And I wanted to end with this verse. It's almost 10 after. Um, I thought this would be a good verse that would be reflective of the ministry of Saint Patrick, and just as a reminder to put perspective, because I know that a lot of times. Well, let's just say that back then, everybody, I guess, in the Christian faith was kind of in the same ballpark. We didn't have, the split of the of the Catholic Protestant divide, and I'm not going to get into all that. But just for perspective, um, St. Patrick was lived around like 415 to 493, just estimated. Nobody really knows exactly, but in that time frame, Martin Luther didn't come with the Reformation and the theses nailed to the door and all that until uh, like the 16th century. So there's a big divide there. So, I just think everybody can embrace, the life and the work of St. Patrick, and just his laying down his life, for, to leave his life that he was very comfortable in one place, and then, come to the very nation, the place where he was kidnapped and taken away against his will, but he went to serve those people in response to, a dream that he believes was from God. But anyway, this comes from the book of Colossians, which is a letter that Paul the Apostle wrote, chapter 3, verses 12 through 14. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other. Wow, wouldn't it be nice if we did that in social media? And forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And again, this is written for Christians. And above all, these put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. So I hope that encourages you today. And thanks for joining me again on Thursday for Friday Fun. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. God bless.